the future to come in 20 to 30 years. Can it be predicted in the times of global uncertainty? How to map out the contours of the future so that they are more clear and bright. And what can be done by those who are today called the next generation?
Ten years of business experience at the age of 26. Arman's dreams. The best business is a business from scratch. Many people think that you need capital to start business. I myself, no matter what business I created, I never asked neither parents nor anyone else for money. Every time I created it from scratch. Arman Toskanbayev is an entrepreneur, a public figure. He has created 4 companies. 2 of them, New Green Technology and Zertis, operate in the agricultural sector. United Business Group assembles watches under the national brand Otan. The 4th company specializes in cryptocurrency. In my school years, when I was in the 5th or 6th grade, I noticed that every child had abilities for something. Someone drew well, someone had a good academic record in physics, and someone knew the history, literature, and the Kazakh language well. But I did not have any talents. Even during football, when we were divided into 2 groups, no one wanted to take me to their team. Then I realized that both in my studies and in sports, I was incompetent. After thinking about it, I decided that I needed to uncover some talent in myself. At that time, our teacher in computer science aroused in me an interest in computers. She motivated me to study. And over time, I got it. For 1 year, I completely mastered computer science and I started to repair school computers. Later, I began to repair the equipment for my relatives, acquaintances, and my friends. Although I was still young, they encouraged me, giving 200 to 500 tenge for my work. In the 9th and 10th grade, I was already an expert in this field. I even opened a store in Karaganda. I spent half a day at school, and in the next half, I worked in the computer store. Its area was only 16 square meters. That's how I took my first steps in business. At the UNT, I didn't manage to score the required number of points in order to apply for a grant. I did not have the opportunity to study on a paid basis. So during 1 year I worked, and at the same time I was preparing to enter the university. Before that, I had heard from my friends about Tomsk State University. I got interested in studying there. I found out everything about the conditions of admission, and the whole year I was preparing for exams. As a result, I scored a high score and got a scholarship. When I went to Russia, I had 2 Chinese bags with which I went to the market and a guitar behind my back. I arrived in Russia by bus and stayed there for 2 years. When I saw the prices in Tomsk, I got scared. Lunch in the canteen and the prices in the supermarkets are much more expensive than in Kazakhstan. I thought, what would I do in the future when I would be out of money? My parents would not be able to send it to me. Of course, they would send it, but I was used to solving my problems myself. I left my bags and went to look for a job. As a result, I studied and worked 2 or 3 jobs at once. 2 years passed and I took thought. Initially, I chose the specialty, flight dynamics, and the physical and technical faculty. And in the 5th year, it would go into rocket engineering. At some point, the thought struck me, did I really want to associate myself with that profession? I was puzzled by the question, what did I do best? The answer was unequivocal. I could earn money. I decided to leave my studies, return to Kazakhstan, continue my work, and start a new business.
Соны түсінгенмен жаңағы шешім қабылдаймын, осы оқуды тастап, Қазақстанға қайтып келіп, жаңағы кәсібімді жалғастыруға, бизнес ашуға, осы жолды таңдауға шешім қабылдаймын. На гитаре лучше играю. Қарағандыда үлкен компания бар екен, Intertel деген.
There's a big company in Karaganda, Intertel. They needed an expert in IT technology. They offered me a job. I came to this company as an ordinary computer technician, and a year later I became a technical director. Another year passed and I was appointed as deputy director.
Жаңа директордың ісін меңгерушісі болып, жаңағы жұмысқа тұрамын. Сол компанияда жұмыс істеп,
Working in this company, I realized that I had developed enough to open my own business. I told the colleagues about my plans, resigned, and opened my own business. Many people think that if I'm only 26, then I'm a beginning entrepreneur. But I have over 10 years of experience in business. During these years, I have managed to pass through various tests. I have studied business from all sides. I opened the new green technology company in 2014. I received a grant from the state, 3 million tenge. With this money, my father and I began to produce the first hydroponic devices.
Жаңағы бірінші гидропоникалық қондырғылар шығарамыз. Гидропоника дегеніміз жаңағы жер.
Hydroponics is a method of growing plants in conditions of enclosed premises on artificial soil. The purpose of these devices is the continuous cultivation of green fodder for livestock in those places where there are problems with pastures.
Аз тапшылық жерлерде
This technology allows growing a green forage mass within 7 days. That is, in 7 days you can get 165 kilograms of green feed from 30 kilograms of seeds. You receive 20 kilograms of such products every day, and this volume can be provided for feeding 2 cows or 400 hens. This technology is very efficient because the cost of feed is reduced by 5 times.
Жасыл шөп алып отырып, оны 2 сиырға немесе 400 тауыққа беруге болады. Бұл дегеніміз өте үнемді зат, өйткені мал азығын.
We produce these devices in Karaganda, and all the spare parts to them are produced there too. To date, we have installed hydroponic units in more than 50 farms in various regions of Kazakhstan. In addition, we export them to Ukraine, Armenia, and Russia.
Және де қазіргі күнде Украина, Армения, Ресей мемлекеттеріне бұл қондырғылар экспортқа шығады. 2016 жылы мен болашақ менің әріптесім.
In 2016, I met my partner-to-be, Dias Tasanbekov. He's engaged in the development of another area of hydroponic, aeroponics. We decided to combine our knowledge and resources to implement a new project. We called the new company Zertis.
Компаниямыз Zertis деп аталады. Қазіргі күнде бұл компания Қарағанды қаласында орналасқан.
The company is located in Karaganda. We have greenhouses called 3030 because there are 30 aerial units there. Aeroponics means that plants grow with water follow, which is created by special nozzles.
Арнайы жаңағы форсункаларды қолдана отырып,
this follow goes into the roots of the plants, providing them with moisture.
Жаңағы өсімдіктердің тамырларына өтіп, оған ылғал береді. Оның бір артықшылығы бумен бірге өсімдіктерге оттегі өтеді.
The advantage of these units is that the plant together with fallow obtains more air and oxygen.
Өсімдіктер тезірек өседі, және де әртүрлі зиянды заттар болмайды. Аэропоникалық технология арқасында
It is better than planting them on the soil. Due to aeroponics, plants grow faster and they are more ecological.
біз қазіргі күнде рукола, базилик сияқты шөптерді өсіреміз.
Today we grow arugula and basil in this way. They're used in restaurants for cooking salads. By the way, for the restaurants of Kazakhstan and CIS countries, 80% of this greenery is brought by planes from Israel. In winter, arugula costs 5,600 tenge per kilo. Basil costs 5,000 tenge.
Қысқы уақытта 5,600 теңге килограммына. Базилик шөбін алсақ 5,000 теңге килограммына. Компаниямның бірі жаңағы отан сағат компаниясы. Қазіргі күнде біздің сағат компаниямызға
Another project that I have implemented is the creation of an enterprise for assembling watches, Otan. It was opened only 2 years ago and it is an incomplete cycle. We bring hulls and internal mechanisms of watches from Switzerland and Japan. These dials depict our ornaments and state symbols. We assemble from 2,000 to 3,000 watches in 1 year, and we sell them only through the internet.
Елтаңбамызды соның барлығын бейнелеп, сосын сағатты жинап, құрастырып сатамыз. Жылына біз 2-3 мың сағат данасын жасаймыз. Оның барлығы
Today the company's turnover is more than $1 million per year. We sell watches not only in Kazakhstan but also in the USA, Great Britain, and China.
Қытай сияқты мемлекеттерде де сатылады бұл сағаттар.
Arman Toskanbayev ha 26 anni, viene dal Kazakistan per spiegare con un libro in inglese e italiano.
2016 жылдың қараша айында маған
In November 2016, I got a phone call from the president's office and they said that a youth forum would be held on December 1st in honor of the 25th anniversary of independence. And there our president would be shown the achievements of the co-evils of independence.
соны елбасымыздың алдыңызға көрсеткіміз келеді дейді. Соған сізді шақырайық деп едік.
My company, which produces watches, Otan, is promoting a project called Made in Kazakhstan. I decided that during the meeting with our leader, I would give him a watch. I was born and brought up in an ordinary family. My parents and I could not afford traveling abroad. So today my main hobby is traveling.
Сондықтан менің әуестерімнің бірі бұл жаңағы саяхаттау.
I like historical sites and places with beautiful nature very much. Of course, there are such places in Kazakhstan too. But if we're speaking about foreign countries, I like Thailand most of all. Among the historical sites, the Egyptian pyramids really amaze me. Being inside the pyramids, I put my hands on the ancient walls to feel the energy of history. I like flying a paraglider, and I like jumping with a parachute. In general, I like the extreme very much.
Алдыға қойған мақсаттарым қазіргі күнде әрине бизнесімді әлем деңгейіне жеткізу.
Today my goal is to bring my business to the world level. You cannot limit your business by only one country. Doing this, we limit ourselves and do not make a worthy contribution to the economy of our state.
Біріншіден сіз өзіңізге шек қоясыз, екіншіден сіз еліміздің жаңағы экономикасына үлесіңізді қоспайсыз. Кәсіпкерлік неғұрлым жақсы дамиды, соғұрлым ғылымда, оқуда, білімде.
If business develops well in the country, then science, education, and other spheres will develop too. I think that it will help accelerate the development of our country and make our economy stable.
Нығаюына, дамуына өте көп үлкен үлес қосады.
Arman Toskanbayev is included in the national list of 100 new persons of Kazakhstan. He believes that it obliges him to be even more creative, mobile, and efficient business person, since the definition of new means to correspond to the spirit of the time that changes rapidly and makes people change.